how's it going? Oh, it's so good to be here. We have a great show for you tonight. Sophie Buttle is here. Yeah, I'm so excited. But I'll be your host, so I'll tell you something about myself. I'm not gay, I'm just tall. Yeah. People have been getting very confused on that, and I said, that's fine, I'll address it, I will. And I totally understand, too, because I think what happens is, like, they see me and they see a washed-up D3 athlete. And they're like, gay, right? I'm like, surprise, no. But I was complaining to one of my guy friends. I was like, I don't have a boyfriend, I have nobody, I have nothing. He was like, look, if you like a guy, just ask him out. Guys love confidence. Confidence will take a 6 to a 9. I was like, dude, did you just call me a 6? It would be so good if I could find a boyfriend, because for 10 years I've had the same type, men who skateboard away from me. I love those guys. I live here in Austin, but I'm not from here. I moved here from Philly, and it's really different being in Austin. Because Austin's the type of place where people ride scooters because it's trendy, and Philly's the type of place where people ride scooters because they all have DUIs. It's different. My friends have kind of been on me. They're like, you're not dating anyone? I was like, nah, I don't like the style of the men down here. You know, I don't like the way they dress. The men down here, they all wear flip-flops. Or Crocs. Ew. Yeah. I dated a black guy. I think I was just excited to see a pair of Jordans. I do miss Philly guys, though. Like, Philly guys are tough. Like, if a Philly guy didn't text me back quick, I was like, he's probably hanging drywall. If an Austin guy doesn't text me back quick, I'm like, oh, pickleball ran late. It was my birthday last week, and my uncle called me, and I answered, and he goes, oh, I was getting ready to leave a voicemail. I was like, well, I answered, so time to improvise, bitch. I get asked out by younger guys a lot. Like, this guy asked me out, he was so young, I didn't know what to say. So I just said, I'm older than you. He goes, so you're what, 24, 25? Give me a chance. I was like, yeah, I'm 24 or 25, tell all your friends. I do have a lot of guy friends, and my guy friends, they're big gamers, and I'm a gamer myself. Yeah, I do the Wordle every day. Thank you, yes. And I always have Uno in my purse, I do. My friends are like, no, we're gamers. I was like, no, same. I'm always at the bar, and I bring out a card game, and then I'm told that it's not the vibe, so we're the same. I'm just like you. I live in South Austin. I live in a gentrifying neighborhood. That's where you live if you're a single woman. I'm very cool. Yes, but I like to go for walks in my neighborhood because it's so beautiful. Like earlier today, I went for a walk and I was like, wow, a parking lot full of Cybertrucks and a 3D printed building? I don't deserve these views. It's stunning. I love my building. I just renewed my lease. And I read the lease, they added a new rule. It said no candelabras or oil lamps. So, like, what sort of vintage freak-offs have been going on in the building? It's not a normal rule, right? I mean, something happened. I'm in my 30s. Anybody else? Nice. Love when my demo is here. I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel it's a weird age because I feel like my friends either act like way older or way younger. Because some of my friends are like, I have 3 kids and I'm so tired. And then my other friend is like, I'm a cabana boy. I'm like, wow, and you're 39. Like, look at you. I didn't know you could do that. Did you know you could be an old cabana boy? They can't stop you. That friend came to visit me. We walked around Austin all day. It was so much fun. And we were walking around. He goes, this is great. I love this. There's nothing better than exploring the city alone. I said, dog, I hung out with you for 6 hours today. Alone? Okay. There's a lot of things I like about Austin. There are some things I don't like. Something I don't like, it's not that diverse here. You know, it really has the vibe of a young white guy's town. Do we notice? I noticed because I met a lot of guys named Hunter. I meant 30 the first day. I was like, chill. And I was like thinking about it. I'm like, I think maybe we've been letting too many of these hunters cross our border. It's not good for culture. We may need to round up some of the hunters and send them back where they came from. I'm a very political comedian. I'm sorry about that. Something else I'm still trying to get used to down here, the service in the restaurants, not on the level of the East Coast. Like where I'm from in Philly, you go out to a restaurant, people are grinding, it's like fast. You go out to eat down here, I'm like, is anyone alive? Like, I'm not seeing movement. My aunt came down to visit and she was like, we'll do fine dining in Austin and this will be great. And I was like, we'll see. And it wasn't. Yeah, and I'm not gonna say the name of the restaurant, but it was Sammy's Italian. Yeah, I don't care. Oh yeah, they're overhyped. Someone needs to call it out. Tonight it's us, yeah. I love that. We're all on the same page here. Nice. We're united against Sammy's Italian. I think that's very beautiful. We found common ground. But here's what happened specifically, I'll tell you. So we're greeted at the table, and the guy goes, yeah, hi, I just moved here from Denver. I want to be an actor. I was like, ooh, maybe act like a good waiter. For your first role. It's just an idea I had. I am from Philly, so I'm a little bit mean. But I was thinking about like what's like the main difference between Austin and Philly, and I think it's that Austin is such a young, hot person town, you know? Like everybody moves here and they're like, I'm gonna be younger and hotter than ever before. I'm gonna like reinvent myself. I'm gonna be my best self, and I'm gonna start a business inside a shipping container. I'm like, what? And it's really different for me coming from Philly, because Philly's the type of place where people don't change. It's like whatever you're doing, keep doing it, lock it. You know, it's like that. Like the night before I moved here, I was out with my friends. We were at our favorite dive bar. I was like, hey, would any of you guys ever move to Texas, like for a new opportunity? And my friend Eddie was there, and he looks up and he goes, I'm gonna die in this bar. I was like, for sure, that's my bad, that's on me to ask you that. I was in a coffee shop over on the east side. I was sitting next to a lady and she was having a business meeting with another lady, and I overheard. I was like, ooh. And she goes, what brings me to Austin? Well, the pursuit of happiness. I was like, yo, what the hell? If you said that in Philly, somebody would punch you in the face. Nobody talks like that where I'm from. They'd be like, is that something like with the founding fathers? I don't know. Nobody's been happy in Philly since the 1700s. Except when the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Go Birds. Someone said that's true. Yeah. They're so grumpy out there. It's nice to be here with all you nice people. I'm just so happy to be in Texas. It's lovely here. I love doing comedy. I didn't really like my day job I had back in Philly. Like, I didn't fit in. It was a very girly workplace. I'm not a very girly girl. Like, everybody there was like, I'm a girl boss. I was like, oh, and I don't know what that means. I was like, yeah, my energy's just different. Like, I have door guy energy. I do. And I know it because when I stand on the street outside bars, people show me their ID to try to get in. It happens all the time. I'll just be standing down 6th Street, like, waiting for my friends like this. And it's usually, like, 23-year-old white guys, and they're like, here, man. I'm like, oh, you guys can do whatever you want. I don't work here. Well, I'm an athlete, which you noticed, right? So when I took the stage, you're like, wow, we have an athlete here tonight. Look at this. But I played basketball. It was either basketball or volleyball, right? It was a tall girl. If you're this tall in middle school, they're like, we have something for you. You know, they'll just put you right around the team. It was so good. But I love playing basketball. I played my whole life. I was at the gym one time. I was playing basketball with my friends, and next to us there were all these little boys in very trendy clothes doing drills. And one of my friends was like, what is that? I was like, oh, that's clearly a training camp for young douchebags. Yes. But in French they call it lacrosse. Okay, great. Great. Well, I've been Gretchen Dietz. That's my time. But we have an amazing show for you tonight. I'm going to bring up your next comedian, and I'm so excited. You've seen him on Hulu, and he also has a special out on Dry Bar. So can you get so loud for May Scaloni?